kids, welcome to today's maths class, and today we'll do direct and inverse variation. Our learning objectives are direct variation and inverse variation. First is direct variation. When two variable quantities are so related that if one increase the other increase, means एक increase होगी तो दूसरी भी increase होगी in the same definite ratio. जिस ratio में one increase हो रही है उसी ratio में दूसरी भी increase होगी. Or if one decrease the other decrease in the same definite ratio, then the two quantities are said to be in direct variation. For example, if the cost of 1 kg guava is rupees 15 and the cost of mangoes in kg increase in rupees as shown in the table below, we say that the cost is directly proportionate to the quantity of guavas. Quantity of guavas 1 kg है तो cost 15. Now the quantity increased 2 kg तो cost भी बढ़ गई 30. सेम प्रोपोर्शन में क्वांटिटी बढ़ रही है और कॉस्ट उसी प्रोपोर्शन में बढ़ रही है. सो इन द अबव टेबल वी ऑब्जर्व दैट द रेशियो ऑफ एनी क्वांटिटी इन द अपर रो टू द कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग अमाउंट इन द लोअर रो इन द सेम फॉर ऑल द वैल्यूज. सो 1/15, 2/30, 3/45, 4/60, 8/120. Ratio of any two quantities in the upper row is the same as the ratio to corresponding two quantity in the lower row. Like 2/3, 30/45, 3/4, 45/60, 1/4, 15/60. In other words, we can say that the principle of direct variation can be put as under: when two quantities x and y vary with each other in such a manner that the ratio x/y remain constant, we say that x and y vary directly with each other. अगर ये ratio constant रहता है, so we say that x and y vary directly with each other. If we take the quantities of mangoes as x and the cost as y, the above table can be shown as follow. So 1/15 ratio या 2/30, 3/45. So ratio जो है वो same रहेगा. Now we will take the example. The cost of 25 kg rice is rupees 750. Find the cost of 15 kg rice. Let x be the cost of 15 kg rice. As we know, the weight increase, the cost भी increase होगी. जैसे जैसे weight increase होगा cost भी. So this is the case of direct variation. So ratio of weight of rice equals to ratio of corresponding cost. Clear? So 25 ratio 15 is proportional to 750 और x. So x की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी? 15 into 750/25, that is equals to 450. So cost of 15 kg rice आ जाएगी rupees 450. You have to practice all these examples. Next is points to remember. Two quantities x and y vary directly if the ratio x/y remain constant. In other words, x and y are said to vary directly if x/y equals to k, where k is a positive constant. Next is exercise 11.1. Critical thinking. Replace each star in the following table by the suitable number if x and y vary directly. So 5, 5. रेशियो जो x और y का होता है कांस्टेंट होता है इफ दे वेरी डायरेक्टली. सो हियर 2.5, 7.5, 10, 11 and 12. So this is how the ratio will remain constant if they vary directly. To practice all the questions of this exercise. Next is inverse variation. Sometime corresponding to an increase in first quantity, there is a decrease in the second, and when there is a decrease in the first quantity, there is corresponding increase in the second. For example, suppose 3 men can finish a piece of work in 15 days, then clearly 9 men can finish it in 5 days, 15 can finish in 3 days, 5 men can finish in 9 days, and 45 men can finish it in 1 day. So as the number of men increase, the number of days decrease. Clear? So the product of one quantity in the upper row to the corresponding quantity in the lower row is the same for all values. So 3 multiplied 15 equals to 9 multiplied by 5 equals to 15 multiplied by 3 equals to 5 into 9 equals to 45 into 1. The principle of inverse variation. Two quantities x and y are said to vary inversely with each other, and there exists a relation of the type x multiplied by y that is constant. If a1, a2 are the value of y corresponding to the value of b1, b2 of x respectively, then a1 into b1 equals to a2 into b2. a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 are inverse to each other. Now we will take an example. 35 men can finish a piece of work in 20 days. How many days will 25 men take to do it? Let 25 men do it in x days. The lesser the number of men, the more will be the number of days to finish that work. So this is the case of inverse variation. So the ratio of number of men equals to inverse ratio of number of days. So 35 ratio 25 equals to proportionate to x ratio 20. So x equals to 35 into 20 upon 25, that is 28 days. Hence the 25 men can finish the work in 28 days. Clear? Next is points to remember. Two quantities x and y vary inversely if the product of x and y remain constant. In other words, x and y are said to vary directly if x multiplied by y equals to k. Here k is a positive constant. Next is exercise 11.2. Critical thinking. Which of the following vary inversely as each other? So first is the number x of person hired to construct a wall and the time y is taken to finish the job. So this is the case of inverse variation, because as the number of person will increase, the number of days to construct the wall will decrease. So this is the case of inverse variation. Next is, let's recall. Take the correct option. 12 men working 8 hours a day complete a piece of work in 10 days. To complete the same work in 8 days working 15 hours a day, the number of men required is, the correct answer is D, 8 men. Clear? So here we end the chapter. I hope you understand it well. Now you have to practice it.